Find your path with the knowledge of others and become an illuminator for those who struggle. Guide their way just by being true and being in alignment, because it comes naturally to you. On self-discovery wisdom, we share to find inspiration with lessons for millions. We hope you listen.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Sarah's View of Life, right here on selfdiscoverywisdom.com. I'm your host, Sarah Troy. Well, this last weekend, there was a 2-day wonderful summit celebrating International Women's Day. I also call it Independence Day because it is the liberation of women. We are in that time period where women are being liberated from the restraints, the constraints, the dictation, the expectation, and the downright illegal hold that has been on them for so many, many centuries. This is the era of the woman and her inspiration, her illumination, her dedication, her common sense, her love. This is the time for women to rise. Over the nearly last 14 years, I've interviewed many a woman, and all of these women have risen from their own ashes. They've risen from pain or anguish, loss, grief, and they decided to explore what options they had now, where they could go now, what they could achieve now. And in that exploration, they have become that illumination for others. I have heard their stories here on selfdiscoverywisdom.com through the years, and it is always incredibly illuminating to hear how they've managed to overcome some of the things that have happened to them. And believe me, some of the things that have happened to them should never happen to a human being. And yet they came through it. That doesn't mean they don't have scars or they don't have triggers, but they decided not to be the victim, but to thrive, to become wonderfully flawsome, carrying those scars, carrying those things that happened to them, but not allowing it to dictate their life anymore. And they've taken hold of their own life and enriched it and empowered it and become abundant because of it. And in that, they've become that illumination for others, sharing with others how one can walk away and rise from the ashes and become something so beautifully, flawsomely awesome that it is an inspiration, which is an invitation for us all to know we can rise. We have seen so much discord, war, grief, opulence, ego, misogyny, narcissism, psychopathism, everything from, I'm afraid, the men for so long. When we see mass killings, who's behind it? A man. When we see people at the top becoming dictators and tyrants and oligarchs, men. When we see people killing other people for power, for more, men. And we can't blame all the men because unfortunately that's the way they were conditioned. But now there is a different conditioning happening in the world, and it's coming from the women. The women are just not going to put up with this anymore. The women are no longer going to tolerate this behavior. And it is now stepping in to this higher consciousness, compassion, empathy, sensibility, common sense, accountability, coming from a place of love. Just not going to put up with the shoot anymore because we don't have to. We're not going to. And that's not the way things are going to get done in the future. We're tired of the wars. We're tired of the repercussions of wars. Yes, people get a building contract to go and build. Oh, they love war. Mass weapons of destruction, love it. People, bribery and corruption, love it. The rebuilding and getting the contract off, just love it. Profiteering of suffering. And we're just not going to tolerate that anymore. Now, are these changes going to take place overnight? No. But the more and more women, independent women, international women, stand up and say, no, I'm taking charge of my own life. I'm taking charge of my own direction. I'm taking charge of my community. I'm taking charge of what can be. And no man is going to dictate. No man is going to tell me I'm less than, or I have to do this, or that they own me, or they have power over me. No more. Men are going to have to learn to appreciate women, who they are at the core of their very being. They're going to have to see them from the inside out. They're going to have to honor their heart, their soul, their spirit, and their body. But it isn't about a woman looking sexy for a man. It's about a woman feeling centrally empowered with her body without the invitation to a man. We're seeing so many young women today deciding not to marry, not to have children, to run their own businesses, to live alone, to travel alone. Now, I have a daughter that does that, 43. She travels alone. Yes, she would love to travel with somebody, a partner, who love to see and celebrate and explore the things like she's exploring, have conversations about it, share the experiences. She hasn't yet found a man that's confident enough in themselves to want to journey life's exploration with her. They see her as this beautiful butterfly, this wonderful light, and they want to contain and own it and dictate it. Instead of riding the beautiful wave with her, that wonderful vibration and frequency and energy that she is, and allowing it to ignite their own energy and see where those beautiful dual energies go, it all becomes about control. So you cannot blame women for becoming independent. You cannot blame women for saying they're just not going to put up with it anymore. You cannot blame women for fighting back. You can't blame women for rolling up their sleeves and saying, this crap has to end. Having listened to all these women on this wonderful International Women's Day done by Deb Drummond, being a part of the book, the Mission 262 book, that thick, 262 women. I've interviewed 50 women from here. I have more to come. And each one of them has shared just a little part about them. And it's wonderful because what we're seeing here are women, again, that have stepped into it. And so many of these women kind of started off as like, well, who am I? Am I not, I'm not enough. And who wants to listen to me? Or what have I got to say? And Deb Drummond has a wonderful way of igniting that in somebody, of seeing them and believing in them. I'm honored to be in the book myself, and so is my daughter, Tabitha Towe, Towe, for anybody who wants to get the book. And of course, I've been in a few other books, as you see behind me, Dare to Live Fearlessly, I'm Not Selfish or Not Easily Manipulated. I produced the book, Forgotten Children, and I wrote my own book, Sarah's Discovery to Soul Living. And all of this is being from a place of, I didn't know I could, I didn't know anyone cared, I didn't know I had a voice, to allowing my voice to be heard, letting it reach the people that can hear it, and growing from that and branching out again into books, into summits, into other things. And I think the big thing for a woman to understand is switch off all the expectation and the dictation from the outside. Social media, people around you, education, business, life itself, all of those that say you are only worthy if you're this rich, or you look like that, or you do this, or you do that, switch that all off. It's a reset time. Go in, allow yourself space and time. Does nature speak to you? Does music speak to you? Does movement speak to you? Find out what opens your channel, what opens you up to receive. God, universe, source, spirit, energy, whatever it is you tap into, allow it to happen. Allow it to download and speak to you. This is your meditation. Now, maybe it is in meditation. Maybe it's in yoga, tai chi, qigong, swimming, running, jogging, whatever it is that centers you, that brings you down to space where you can hear your inner voice. And that hearing is feeling. It's feeling the voice in order to hear it. It's feeling the wisdom in order to understand the knowledge. It's feeling the energy to know how to use it and whom to use it on. It's all a feeling. The energy is all a feeling that transcribes into knowledge. And when we step into that and we start looking at it and go, well, why can't I? I don't know unless I try. Why shouldn't I? My voice counts. What I have to contribute counts. Why am I allowing those outside voices to dictate what I can and cannot do? I will know what I can and cannot do when I explore and try and uncover and journey through this wondrous life in discovery of what it is. I really can do what I really love to do, or the impact I really love that it has on other people, and then set yourself free to be. This is the kind of woman that we need out there, the adventurous one, the one that wants to collaborate and align and build a community of other women in strength, not in competition, not in comparison, but an embracement of each other's instrument. Whether you're building a chorus, whether you're building a band, where you're building an orchestra, it's about how to bring your energies together in synergy, where everybody has a voice. Now, there's generally always one voice that has the visionary, that has that ability to see things beyond what others can see. You don't want to be around everybody that's like you. You want to be around people that see you, that have a contribution to what it is you see. Or you have a skill and a tool and you're looking for that visionary because your skill and your tool is going to make that come to fruition. Your ability to ignite people, your ability to take it far, your ability to build its roots, your ability to build its structure. You need all that diversity around you, but the commonality is in the mission. Are you on the same frequency? Are you all doing it to embetter the life of others, your life and the lives around you? Now, you can all be independent in what you do, but you come together in sharing and helping each other out in your skill set. I'm no good at math or accounting, so I would need an accountant, but maybe the accountant isn't great at speaking. Or every single one of us has a forte and a gift. And when we step into that strength and we align with other people with different strengths and we come together and lock in with each other, we can now make that strength become that orchestra, become that choir, become that band, become that top hit. Because we're working together and we're bringing our honest to good soul, heart, and spirit to the equation. We're not competing, we're not comparing, we are collaborating. That's the important thing. So, International Women's Day should be International Women's Year, decade, central. Women, we need you to step up. Roll up those sleeves, bring about that common sense. How do you run your house? When it gets dirty, you clean it. When it needs organizing, you organize it. When food needs to be on the table, you cook it. Laundry, you need to do it. We are multitaskers. We need to be delegators as well. We need to teach our sons how to be a part of the equation, to cook, to clean, to appreciate a woman, to know, understand a woman, how to work with a woman, how to be a man of integrity, honesty, compassion, empathy, and to know that is their foundational strength. And we need to teach our girls that they can achieve everything. And it isn't about just looking sexy to catch that guy's attention. The definition of a woman is not based on the dictation of a man. The definition of a woman is in her own voice, her own strength, her own heart and soul. You decide. You decide. Nobody else. Let this International Women's Day be a week, a month, a year, a decade, a centennial. Let it be the way of the forward, because it comes from compassion. It comes from a desire to organize, to build, to grow. It comes from a place of community and society and supporting one another. Let us step into that, because that is the answer to the future. That is the answer to our lives. I was speaking with someone this morning who, looking at all that's going on right now, the war in Iran, then saying they're coming for Cuba, and then they're going to come here for Canada. And all it is greed and power, greed and power, greed and power. They make up an enemy because it's greed and power. Wherever the resources are, it's greed and power. And we as women are tired of sending our children to die for their greed and power. We're tired of the destruction for their greed and power. We're tired of having to pick up those poor souls with post-traumatic stress, with distrust, with hate in the hearts for what's being done to them. And we're having to fix the problem that they created. We want to build a world of possibilities, of opportunities, of creativity, of compassion, of kindness, of caring, of love. And the only way we're going to do that is if we step up as women in our lives, in our community, in our families, and say, no more. We're now going to set things right, put it on the right track, and we're going to feed the possibility, the gratitude, not the lackitude. We're not going to put up with any of that nonsense. We are going to provide and supply the love, the support, the creativity, the ability to make a life better for one and all. Because when we all thrive, the whole of a society thrives. We've been taught it's all competitive, that only if we tear someone down can we rise up. When we rise someone up, we all elevate. It's not one over the other. It's the all creates the all. So, International Women's Day is behind us, but let it be International Women's Day, Independence Day for the far future, because we've got to bring some common sense back to the equation. Empower yourself, enrich yourself, know that you are inwardly abundant, celebrate yourself, love yourself, share yourself in all that you are. No apology, no comparison. Just be the beautiful light that you are and shine bright, and be willing to work with others in order to pave the road forward of how we need to live and not how we've been living. So, to all the women out there, step up, step out, step in, and become the light that you are, because you are formidable, you are incredible, you are supreme, and we need you. So until next time, folks, bye for now. We hope that you enjoyed the show. There are so many more for you to listen to right here on selfdiscoverywisdom.com. Come and hear the illumination that's going to shed light on your path.
Find your path with the knowledge of others. Become an illuminator for those who struggle. Guide their way just by being truthful and being in alignment, because it comes naturally to find your path.
We hope that you enjoyed the show. There are so many more for you to listen to right here on selfdiscoverywisdom.com. Come and hear the illumination that's going to shed light on your path.
Find your path with the knowledge of others.